Hello ladies and mostly gentlemen, I'm Vinny B, and if you click on this video because you want to learn how to build a roll cage, well, that's not it. But if you want to see someone making a bunch of mistakes in the pursuit of building a roll cage and being entertained in the process, well, just stick around. Alright, maybe you're gonna learn a thing or two. Yeah, 2 at the max, yeah. This is a really basic sketch on the roll cage I want to build for a Smart-Hayabusa. You see there's a bunch of arrows and lines. I'm gonna take way too much measurements, but that's fine. I'm gonna crush those numbers in the confuser, and then I will generate myself 2 drawings. One for the real loop, locating all the bends, where I need to put them, and how tall and wide I need to make that loop, and one for the side loop. Once I fab those 3 main parts, I will tack them together inside the car, and then I will be able to figure out all the other braces. Side note, this will be a NASCAR style lateral bar, meaning that it's going to be extended literally outside the car. This is why I didn't put a brace inside the lightweight racing door that I just built. It's completely empty because yeah, that bar is going to be embedded in the door. All right, enough said. Let's go take some measurements. And it is done. So it was really not a straightforward process to figure out straight lines to create that roll cage inside that round shaped thing. Also, I realized that my initial sketch will not work inside the car because this brace here, yeah, it seems that there's a big engine right there. So option A, I make a giant hole through that engine. Or B, I relocate that brace and make it just with a slight angle backwards. I think I'm gonna pick B. So yeah, it's gonna be an unconventional roll cage, but it is an unconventional car. Also guys, don't ever be fooled by the editing magic, because although the montage I just showed you went pretty smooth, but in reality it went a little bit more like this. So yeah, never believe what you see on social media. Who knows, maybe my name is not even Vinny B. It could be Margaret C. Alright, enough with that chat again, and let's go to the confuser and do that 3D. And there it is! Yeah, I really like how it looks. That's the backward brace I just spoke about. Typically it's in the middle of the real loop, but because the engine lives there, I had to place the brace differently. The weight is around 70 pounds, and oh yeah, by the way, I'm using SolidWorks. I got a lot of comments asking which software I was using. It's SolidWorks. And yeah, there's the 2 sketches I made to start bending the tubing. One is for the side loop and the other one is for the rear. Alright, so it's finally time to build something in this video. Let's go!
6 months later.
Yep, we're about 6 months later. Yep. You see, I tried bending the first tubing with my home not so well made tube bender, and I broke the damn thing. I know where it's from. It's from the welds. I cracked it open. Ay. So I built a new one, and this one is a thing. Such a nice thing. You know you're special. After building this, racing season was almost over, so I added a temporary brace in the door's hatch and went racing. Twice. So with all of that, we're about 6 months later, with a new tube bender which has a bullet. And this thing keeps the tubing from flattening while it's bending, but at the same time grabs on it, which makes the removing quite tricky. It's a pain. So let's change that with some simple threaded rods and nuts. At this moment, it might be confusing on how I'm gonna use that slotted plate combined with the threaded rods and the nuts, but let me bend the first tubing and then it will all make sense. See? All makes sense now. Using the closest nut to screw out the tubing, it needs just a few turns to release it from the grip of the bullet. Ouais, je te dis des fois, là, je me fais peur tellement ça marche bien mon affaire. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just bragging in French. Alright, so yeah, I fucked it up. Oh my, I should have bet on this one. So the problem is, I completed the third bend, which is starting at this line, and it directly ended up at the line for the fourth bend, which shouldn't be like this. You see, third bend, straight line, then the fourth one, and we're done. But here, if I'm starting the fourth bend here, it's gonna be a continuous radius, which, yeah, where's the straight line in the pipe? So it means that this is a scrap part. And being a DOM tubing, it's an expensive scrap part. But luckily, I'll be able to cut and reuse those straight sections. So it's, lesson learned, I guess. Alright, so let's cut a new length and do it all over again. Alright, so I did it, guys. It only took me 2 tries, so yeah, not bad for almost the first time. So now I'm gonna bend the 2 side loops and stick everything inside the car and see how it fits. So let's go! That opens up things. Oh, that's nice. Right, I thought about it, and if I want to weld the top part of the roll cage, I should remove the windshield to get access to it. To do so, I could simply buy a kit, but you know me, I prefer MacGyvering myself into making my own tools. And I'll do so using this, an old tempered piece of saw blade for the pusher. That's why I choose the tempered steel for its flexibility, thus reducing the chance of that thing bending on me when that 200-pound gorilla gonna push like a crazy man on it. I also use the bike cable and unwrapped 6 strings, not 5, not 4, not 3. It's a tedious and kinda long process to do. So if you're planning on removing a windshield, yeah, spare your time and don't try with less than 6 strings. I sure wish someone had told me that before. Where are you? Fuck me. Oh my god. Let's reduce that width.
Moments later.
There you go.
Warning, in this next segment, Vinny B has way too much fun just sawing and removing a windshield. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah, there you go! Oh yeah! Oh! Took me literally 5 minutes. Oh, well, I had to prep and made the tools and probably took me about an hour, but just sawing the thing took me 5 minutes.
With the windshield out of the way, I can now focus on making the two side loops. And I started that process by making some rocker boxes.
Still hot.
Before moving forward, I needed to test fit with my helmet on if the side loop was at the right position. Ah, damn it, it's not good. Yeah, the helmet is bumping on it. Yeah, I will have to redo that angle. After a lot of tweaking, bending, and recutting, I finally arrive at something good. Yeah, well, good enough.
Oh yeah.
With that done, I did the passenger side loop, which, you guessed it, is just a mirror from the driver's side. Yeah, on paper it seems quite simple to do, but again, I prefer cutting little by little than being too short and scrapping the entire part. On today's step, to create two perfectly aligned notches, I set 0 on an angle indicator on the notcher. Then I use a scrap part in the first notch and rotate and adjust it until I reach 0. Then I know I've got two notches perfectly aligned. So here I'm using a ratchet strap to close the loop, trying to clear the rocker box and lower the entire roll cage so I get a good access and weld the top seams.
So yeah, I think it's gonna work. I just need to put another bender on the other side and I think I'm gonna be just fine. Lesson learned though. Probably my mistake number 28 or so. Yeah, I shouldn't fully welded the boxes, just a couple of tacks here and there, so it would be easier. Just remove the boxes, lower down the roll cage, weld the top parts, and then put everything back on and fully weld it. Yeah, I'm learning here and making a lot of mistakes, by the way, so all right, to the next bender. It's for sure not the prettiest, but yeah, it's gonna be solid.
Now that the three main loops are fully welded in place, I can start working on the door bars, and for this I need to get myself a special tool.
Alright, let's see what we've got here. No, that's plastic. Oh, this is exactly what I need. Oh, well, not that. Please don't tell the wife, but this. Perfect.
Let's see if it fits. Nice. Like it. Like it a lot. Huge space. So I hope you get it, but this is the exterior line of the pipe. A lot of room. Protects my elbow. Excellent. I love this. Oh, let's Let's not bend it. Ah, yes. I know, you don't have to mention it, but eventually I'm gonna get a quick release for the steering wheel. Hey, it's me again. Yeah, I want to share an interesting situation with you guys. You see, I'm at the point of making the cross brace right here and that one. Ah, it's not attached yet. No, it's not, it's just... like this. Unfortunately, as you can see, they are in the way if I eventually need to remove the engine. To solve that problem and probably avoid future me a bunch of swearing and cursing, I sketched a little something to quickly disassemble these two braces. And there it is! So these will be welded on both sides of the tubes that I want to be removable. So they're locked by one bolt, but what I like about them is that even without the bolt, if the machining is precise enough, they stay connected. Alright, so let's weld those on to complete the two braces and be almost done with the roll cage. First try. And now we have access to the engine bay. Woo!
After welding for a couple of hours, it was now time to paint that masterpiece. So I picked up the lightest and highest quality aircraft paint money can buy. No, it's just gonna be trim clad. And here's the end result. Alright, so that's it for this build, but side note on a small car, I really don't recommend using the ratchet strap trick because while trying to clear the rocker box, I overbent the loops and it was a lot of work to put everything back on like it was before. Also, this has been a bigger project than expected. It involves a lot of tweaking, bending and cutting, so that's why it takes a lot of time to get it right. Just keep that in mind if you want to get into this kind of project. Alright, so see you on the next episode where I'm gonna change that cheap, shitty Chinesium suspension for some brand new custom shocks that I just ordered. Yes! And then I'm gonna rebalance the car and realign everything and all that good stuff, but till then, go do something with your head, your hands, or both. See you guys! I really don't recommend using the ratchet strap trick. Ratchet strap trick. It's gonna be hard. Ratchet strap. Fuck me. Ratchet strap trick. Really? Je sais pas boire. Nah. Where I'm gonna change that shitty, Garbage, garbage! Then go do something with your hands.